People are walking these trails right now. Families, hikers, tourists, expecting nothing more than marked paths and open sky. No one was looking for anything unusual. The cameras were meant for wildlife. The reports were routine. Then something didn't fit. A sound without a source. A figure where no one should be. An incident labeled and set aside. The parks remain open, but in a few moments that were quietly dismissed. Normal stopped, meaning safe. Forest figure. A school group was walking through the Black Forest during a routine outdoor activity. Teachers nearby, kids moving between trees. Nothing felt unusual at the time. No one was looking for anything strange. The photo was taken casually, just another memory from the trip. Later, someone zoomed in. Between the trees, deep in the background, a tall figure appears to be standing still. At first, it blends into the trunks. Then the proportions start to feel wrong. Too narrow, too elongated. Not clearly human, not clearly anything else. Online, some called it Dirk, linking it to old forest myths. Others blamed shadows, resolution, perspective. No second image ever surfaced, just that one. Elvetrich, in the forests and vineyards of southwestern Germany. The name has been around for centuries. Locals don't describe it as a monster, just something from the woods. No one claims to have clear evidence. Most encounters exist as stories told near wine fields and forest paths. They call it the Elvetrich. It's described as a bird-like creature with extra legs, sometimes small antlers, sometimes twisted proportions, that don't quite match known species. Over time, sculptures and staged photographs began appearing in the Palatinate region. Some were made intentionally to fool visitors. There's no biological record of it, but the statues remain. And sometimes, that's enough to make something feel real. Night Walker. It was already completely dark when the image was taken. Just trees, no streetlights, no houses nearby. No one reported seeing her before the photo surfaced. There were no search parties, no missing person alert. In the frame, a female figure walks alone between the trees. She isn't running. She isn't looking around. She moves forward, slowly, as if following a path no one else can see. The ground appears undisturbed, no visible footprints. No reaction to branches or uneven terrain. Some say she was a lost woman. Others say she doesn't belong there at all. The image offers no context, only her silhouette, still moving. Harz Wanderer. Hikers in the Harz Mountains weren't looking for anything unusual that day. Just trails, trees, fresh air. The photos only spread later. In them, a man moves through the forest completely naked, covered in dirt and hair, holding a rough wooden spear. He doesn't pose. He doesn't acknowledge the camera. He just walks, as if the forest belongs to him. Media quickly called him Germany's Wolfman. Authorities later confirmed he was human. No abnormal features, no transformation, just extreme isolation. Still, the images linger. Because in a dense forest, stripped of context, even a person can start to feel like something else entirely. Morbach frame. It started as a simple Instagram post. No press conference, no official statement, just a trail camera image shared online. The account claimed the photo had been sent anonymously to a regional newspaper. In it, a pale, low-slung figure appears mid-movement in the dark. The body shape is hard to match to known wildlife. The proportions seem slightly off. Not clearly a fox, not clearly a boar. Some linked it to the Morbach monster, a long-standing local legend. But the source is anonymous. The metadata isn't public. Night cameras distort angles and light easily. It could be ordinary. Still, the image lingers. Just enough ambiguity to make people hesitate before dismissing it. Treeline shape. It was just one photo, low quality, taken through dense trees. The person who captured it didn't notice anything at first. Only later, while reviewing the image, something in the background stood out. Behind the branches, a pale shape appears upright, vaguely humanoid, partially hidden by trunks and foliage. The resolution makes it impossible to confirm details. No clear face, no defined limbs. From a skeptical view, it fits pareidolia. Light contrast, motion blur, branches forming patterns. There's no second image, no video, no scale reference. Still, people keep staring at it. Not because it proves something, but because it refuses to look completely empty. Roadside shape. It was taken on a quiet road cutting through a German forest. No traffic, no nearby houses. The photo shows a dark shape resting in the center of the asphalt. At first, it looks like a shadow. Then you notice it has weight, mass, a body. The outline resembles a dog, or maybe a goat, crouched low and angled slightly away from the camera. There's no movement, just that single captured moment. Some think it's a person in costume. Others say distance and compression distort what could be an ordinary animal. There's no second angle, no video, just a silent figure in the road, still there. Edge of frame. It was filmed during a normal walk through a German forest. Nothing unusual was noticed at the time. Only later, reviewing the footage, something appeared near the edge of the frame, partially hidden among the trees. A small figure seems to be standing there, short, dark-toned, with ears that look slightly too large for its head. It doesn't move noticeably. It just remains in place, almost blending with bark and shadow. Some say it looks curious, rather than threatening. Skeptically, it could be a stump, an animal, a trick of resolution and distance. There's no clear interaction, just something that went unseen in real time. And that's what stays with people. Treeline watcher. Two children were playing near the edge of a forest. The camera was casual, just capturing the moment. Nothing seemed unusual at first. Then, in the background, near the tree line, a dark elongated figure can be seen standing completely still. It doesn't step forward. It doesn't shift. It just watches. The shape appears taller than the surrounding brush. Too narrow to be a trunk. Too defined to be shadow alone. The children eventually notice it. Their tone changes instantly. The camera jerks. Panic sets in. The recording ends abruptly. There was no official clarification afterward. Just that frame, and the sense that something had been there the entire time. Night silhouette. It was recorded at night in a German forest. Handheld camera, almost no visibility. At first, it's just noise and movement. The image struggles to focus. Branches blur into shadow. Then a tall figure becomes visible between the trees. It walks upright, slow, deliberate. The proportions seem unusually large against the forest backdrop. Some viewers describe it as a giant. Others say it looks primitive. But nighttime footage distorts everything. Low light exaggerates height. Perspective shifts scale. Without a stable reference point, size becomes guesswork. There's no second angle, no clear features, just a silhouette moving through darkness, and the feeling that it's larger than it should be. Forest Road follower. It was filmed from inside a moving car on a forest road in Germany. The driver slowed down after noticing something behind the vehicle. The headlights come on. In the beam of light, a dark, hairy figure appears. It's upright, leaning forward slightly, arms held back, legs stepping heavily as it moves along the road. The face never becomes clear, hidden behind thick hair and shadow. It keeps following. Some say it's a person in a costume. The movement could be exaggerated human motion. Low light makes everything harder to judge. There's no second angle, no clear identification. Just a car, a forest at night, and something walking behind it. Clearing figure. In a solitary forest clearing, a figure walks upright across open ground. The camera stays at a distance. The body looks human. The proportions match a standing man, but the head appears distinctly loopy. Elongated muzzle, ears pointed upward. It doesn't move on all fours. It doesn't crouch. It walks. Then it stops in the middle of the clearing. No sudden movements, no attempt to escape. It simply remains there for a moment, before shifting slightly forward again. Many viewers call it dogman. Others question how the footage was staged, or whether it was staged at all. There's no behind-the-scenes explanation, just that upright silhouette in the open. Wall clinger. Outside a tropical house, a security camera records the exterior wall near a window. The night looks still. No visible movement in the yard. Then, attached to the wall, something becomes visible. A dark figure clings vertically to the surface. Its body appears compact but elongated, pressed close to the structure. It doesn't shift position. It doesn't crawl. It just stays there. The shape doesn't clearly match any common animal. The limbs seem placed in ways that are difficult to compare to cats, monkeys, or large reptiles. It faces outward, watching. There's no sound captured, no reaction from inside the house, just that still presence on the wall, unmoving. Cabin intruder. Inside an isolated cabin, the camera is already recording when it happens. The room looks ordinary, quiet, dimly lit. Then something appears at the doorway. A figure enters low to the ground, but not crawling in a way that looks human. Its body seems inverted, limbs bending at unnatural angles, as it drags itself forward with slow, insect-like movement. It doesn't rush. It doesn't stumble. Its face looks almost empty, pale, lacking clear expression. The head tilts slightly, as if searching the space. There's no visible interaction, no clear explanation. It simply moves inside. No one has confirmed what it was, or why it was there. Deer feeder. A camera captures a thin figure bent over a deer in the woods. The body looks narrow, almost skeletal, but not in a way that matches known wildlife. It doesn't drag the carcass away. It feeds where it stands. The proportions seem off. Limbs appear longer than expected. The posture shifts in short, controlled movements, not quite like a dog or a coyote. It doesn't flinch at the presence of the camera. There's no visible fear. Some call it the chupacabras. Experts reviewing the footage reportedly couldn't classify it with certainty. There's no follow-up clip, just that single moment, a lean figure, and a deer in the dark. Tall grass presence. On an isolated farm, a trail camera captured a deer standing still in tall grass. It wasn't running. It wasn't grazing. It was staring at something behind it. When the image is examined closely, a second shape becomes visible between the grass blades. A humanoid figure, advancing quietly. Long limbs, narrow torso. The posture looks slightly misaligned, as if the joints don't bend the way they should. It isn't lunging. It isn't hiding. It's just there. Only one frame exists. No sequence before, no sequence after. No tracks were reported. No follow-up sightings. Just a deer looking back. And something standing where nothing should be. Valley collapse. In a quiet valley at night, a deer suddenly falls backward. There's no visible chase, no sound of pursuit. One moment, it's standing. The next, it's on the ground. Its legs kick violently into the air, twisting and striking at nothing visible. The movement looks frantic, uncontrolled, as if reacting to something the camera cannot detect. There's no shadow passing over it. No second animal entering the frame. Just the deer, struggling. The darkness around it remains still. No predator appears. No clear cause is recorded. The clip ends with the animal still fighting against empty space, and nothing else in sight. Station Walker. At a remote station in Mexico, a deer enters the frame at night. At first, nothing seems unusual. Then it rises. It stands upright on its hind legs, holding the position longer than expected. The posture looks steady, almost balanced. Not like a brief reflex or stumble. It pauses there, head slightly tilted, as if listening. The surrounding darkness remains still. The deer turns its head towards something off camera. There's no visible threat, no sound captured in the footage. Then, suddenly, it drops back down and bolts away at full speed, disappearing into the dark. The clip ends without explanation, just a deer, standing longer than it should. Twisted antlers. A night camera in Siberia records a deer standing alone in the snow. The forest behind it is silent. At first glance, it looks ordinary. Then the details settle in. Its antlers appear unusually twisted, branching in irregular directions. When it turns slightly toward the camera, its mouth opens just enough to reveal teeth that look sharper than expected. The light reflects off its eyes, producing an intense glow against the darkness. It doesn't graze. It doesn't lower its head. It just stares into the trees, as if focused on something deeper in the forest. The clip offers no context, no second angle, just that moment and that gaze. Aerial pursuit. The footage appears to be filmed from the side of a helicopter. Part of the aircraft frame is visible along the left edge. Below, across an open green plain dotted with low shrubs, a large reddish dinosaur runs at full speed. Its body is heavy and muscular, tail extended behind it, kicking up a visible trail of dust as it moves. Ahead of it, a group of giraffes is sprinting in formation. Their necks stretch forward as they flee across the terrain, maintaining a narrow lead. The distance between predator and herd looks dangerously short. The helicopter follows from above, keeping both in frame. The clip shows no outcome, just the chase.